Okay, so if you stuck with me this long, here's our last video. This is from behind. I've got you and Greinke spooled up to about the same spot. Okay, here's where you'll see very dramatically when you open that front, when you don't lead longer with your front hip and you open your left foot early to home plate, you'll see how that gets your whole body out of sync. Okay, so let's get you coming down the mound, out of handbrake. Again, you brake right there at the chest, just a little too high. I'd like to see you hold that glove, brake it a little bit lower, probably right about there is where you ought to be braking. You've already broke. Okay, now one thing you'll see, you can't see your front foot, but based on a side view, we already know you can see your knee right here is starting to turn towards the catcher. Arm swings behind your body because of that. Get stuck behind. It's not okay. Let's look at Greinke coming out of handbrake. He brakes lower. You can see his foot. He keeps it closed. Starts driving that front hip towards the plate. Again, foot is still closed. You're in about the same position there. Look where your knee is facing, starting to rotate towards the catcher, and Greinke is still stacked. Front side's closed. Back side is extending towards the catcher. Okay, now he starts rotating that foot down. Okay, he's down. Okay, now let's look at you. Okay, you're down. Now you can see where early rotation, your arm is late. It's stuck behind you. Greinke's is stacked at a nice little angle, a little bit ball towards, favoring the third base side. Your body, and we saw this on the side, but now you get a real good look at it from behind. You're leaking hard towards the first base side. Okay, matter of fact, your leg is heading this direction, starting to cave or give up, collapse a little bit towards the first base side. Into ball release, into ball release. Same thing. Head hard there. Okay, this I'm not so much concerned. A high 3/4, you're going to have some shoulder tilt. That's good. It's just that your head is pulled way off. Okay, and all that's a result of what we've been talking about. Okay, there you are into ball release. There's Greinke into ball release, and you can see the difference. Okay, so basically, again, just when you're braking here, the big difference, brake the hands about a frame or two later. Keep them at your belt as you're driving with that back leg, leading with the hip. Then brake. Look at Greinke. Keep that front side closed longer. Fight opening it up too soon. Okay. See, try to get, instead of your front foot or your front knee already coming out this way, try to keep that front side closed and move sideways explosively longer. That'll fix a lot of your problems. that'll prevent you from getting into this position right here versus here. Okay, your arm is stuck behind you. Okay, that's a good, Greinke's got a good angle there. You might even like to see that angle right there a little bit in the ball release. Again, he's got good hip to shoulder separation. His hips are starting to fire and face the target while his chest is still sideways. Both your hips and your chest have already opened up. Okay, so you definitely have a good 3 to 4 mile per hour still in your body without even getting stronger. It's just a matter of sequencing and really this position right there. You just swung open. Greinke's still gathered and stacked because he stayed closed longer. Okay, I'd encourage you to do that. PM me if you have any questions. When you throw your bullpens, I'll just go over a couple of real quick things. I would suggest your bullpens not be rapid fire bullpens. Take time in between pitches. I like to have my pitchers throw in blocked sets. It teaches the brain the release point and the accuracy of how to hit each spot. So if you're working low and away, throw 10 low and away. Eventually, as you do these block set bullpens, you ought to be able to hit 6 or more where the catcher barely moves his glove or moves it a little bit. Then you might want to move your target and work 10 up and in or down and in. Same thing. Goal is 6 or more for the catcher not to move his glove very often. That gets the brain to train. The body will do what the brain thinks it can do. And so that's training the brain as much as training the body on how do I throw to hit my spots. Visualization is the same, is equally as important. I like to have pitchers, before they throw a pitch, visualize a red laser dot in the middle of the glove. Small dot, you're trying to hit the dot, not the glove. Glove is too big of a target, too big of a area to aim at. Okay, see the pitch before you throw it. It will make a big difference. If you have any interest in working more, we can set up maybe a phone call, or we can go kind of into the mental part of the game. Definitely should have a plan when you're up and around the mound, with a routine that includes certain physical things you do and a mental thought process before you throw every pitch that is constant and doesn't change. You'll see athletes in all 3 sports where they talk about they're able to slow the game down. They're not focusing on anything because they have that routine. They know in their mind what they're trying to do, and they're able to focus and execute that on every pitch or every play. So anyway, I've enjoyed helping you. Hopefully this is some help for you. Again, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. A couple of resources I would encourage you to look at, some other pictures and some video analysis. There's a website, topvelocity.net. On their forum, they have pictures that submit videos, and a guy, Brent Porso, who's pretty good. There's some, you'll know that all pitching coaches, if you put them all into a room, they'll probably agree on at least 80 to 90%. I've done clinics with Tom House, gone and trained with Dick Mills in Scottsdale, did some video analysis with Kyle up at Driveline Baseball. That's another resource, drivelinebaseball.com. There's a lot of, he puts a lot of information on there, a lot of articles. Very technical guy. I'd encourage you to visit that. Again, topvelocity.net. Paul Reddick with 90 Mile Per Hour Club. He's got some stuff that's of value there. And again, Tom House, you know, he's kind of the go-to guy for a lot of people. The NPA follow a lot of his stuff. So, you know, I've worked with all of them, understand them all, agree with most of them. So check out those resources as well. And again, feel free to reach out to me at any time. You've got a lot to work with. Good body size, good strength, and just got a couple of parts that are sequenced out of sync. So anyway, good luck to you. I hope to hear back from you. Thanks.